Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm trying a new format. I like to talk about philosophy and psychology and life in general, and oftentimes when I stream, a lot of people want to trauma dump. They want to talk about their problems. They want to be heard or share their experiences with other people. And obviously, online, we have an entirely weird sort of set of circumstances that allows for kind of like a parasocial relationship sort of thing. But as a small creator, I'm not really worried about that. Um, I'm very honest with the truth, and I'll be willing to talk to pretty much anybody as long as they're not gonna troll and whatever. They'll instantly be banned. So this stream is all about talking to people. I'll invite them to Discord. We can have a conversation and we can talk about anything as long as it's on topic, productive, good faith. Those are the rules. If you if anybody doesn't want to engage with those rules, I'll just ban you. And it'll be that simple. Shrimple as. So the way that this works, so I want you guys to join the server that I have. Once you join the server, you can go to the rules page. Very simple, rules page. And then there's an entire interests section. You can assign roles by simply clicking the emote underneath the category. And so for today, the category that we're looking at is self-improvement at the very bottom. This will allow you to see the self-improvement category or like block, and then you can join, talk about it. Or I may, yeah, if you join talk about it, then I'll bring you up into the live section because this one's a little bit more private, so random people can't just join the conversation out of nowhere and interrupt. So yeah, let me make sure that there's a invite to the server. And then I'm going to be playing Slay the Spire while I wait for somebody to join. Let me pull up my different streams real quick. There's Twitch. There's Kick. I should really just add a bot here to be able to post the link in chat. Haven't really gotten around to that yet, but that's okay. Doing this all manually isn't the worst thing in the world, but that's totally fine. Okay, well, let's try the daily challenge. So many kickbots today. Quite a lot of kickbots today. One after another. I want to do an Austie deck. I haven't done an Austie deck in a while. Okay, I didn't realize that it would give me cards from other characters because it costs stars. But I'm playing as the Necrobinder. I need the cards that give Austie HP. Okay, this is going to be a weird one. It's not really about the game, it's about chatters whenever they want to hop in. um Let's go the boss route. Fuck it. I want to die. Okay. Doing 12 damage. Why do I start this low HP? Oh, back in my hand to play like immediately. Gotcha. I thought it would be in my hand next turn. Don't need to block here. Just whatever does the most amount of damage. I mean, this one's discounted. Could remove a card. Maybe I should have chosen something else. To the elites we go. Okay, this one seems doable. 27 damage. Retains. Wish I had that one earlier. Okay, so Reap. We'll kill this guy. Okay, so does 8 damage to all. Okay. Didn't really have to think about it too hard. Only 2 potion slots. At the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. Let's go. That's sick. Okay. I really need cards that make Asti bigger and stronger. Sweeping Gaze. Asti deals 10 damage. Okay. We'll do Sentry Mode. We're at 26 HP. So we might die here, but that's totally fine. I'm not mad about it at all. Gain some block. If your hand is empty, draw 2 cards and gain energy. Epic. Yeah, we might die here. We don't have a lot of block, like, at all. Poke. Flatten. Right hand manned. 12 damage. Or Manifest Authority. I think it's Manifest Authority because we need some block here. I mean, this one's free. Restlessness. Might as well use so. What happened to my energy card, though? Okay, yeah, I super die here for sure. Like, I just don't have anything. Prolong, Omnislice, Equilibrium. Oh, he's stunned. Never mind. I didn't notice that. My bad. That's right. My bad. Okay. I'm not even really reading. I'm just kind of playing. Okay. Reap kills him this next turn, so we're okay. Cool, we survived. Another color is potion belt. Upon pickup, gain 2 potion slots. That helps, I guess. Choose a card. I don't want any of these. Kind of have to rest. We got multiple bosses incoming. Okay. This guy's doing 11 damage and adding 4 shit cards to me, but I can only deal 20 total damage per turn to him. I might lose on this guy, if I'm being honest. The only block I have is this. This one's free. Can only do 16 more damage. Do I want either of these cards back? I guess so. Negative pulse. To give me more block. $17 damage. Shroud. Gain 30 block. You cannot gain block for 2 turns. I don't really need it this time, I don't think. I wish I could have used sentry mode. It would have been nice. Make it so. Collision course. Might as well just do reap here. Right hand man, right hand man. Oh, that's right. He has the shell. That's so sad, actually. He won't quite kill me here. So I don't need to use panic button. Vulnerable, right hand man, collision course, poke. Might as well exhaust the card. 3 HP. Okay, we just need to survive. Or we can just kill him with a reap. Regen potion. Pretty good. Centennial puzzle. First time you lose HP each combat, draw cards. Plating. I don't have stars, though. That's the problem. Doomed. All enemies kill enemies with its leech as much HP as Doom. Well, isn't that just how Doom works? Okay, if I don't know if I can survive this. Please give me defense. Damn. Yeah, I'm dead. GG. Maybe we'll just do a standard random character. Choose one of two colorless cards. Obtain a random rare card. Obtain 2 random relics and add an additional strike and defend. Bro, of course it's this. Hello? Why did I get 3 relics? What? Upon pickup, obtain 2 random relics. Oh, that's just the thing I took. Okay. Whenever you add a power into your deck, upgrade it. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. So I'm basically the silent. I want to go for bosses. This path will give me bosses. If I go here and then here. Let's do it. Apply vulnerable, defend. I only have 2 strikes. Simple as that. Two defends and a strike, or just preserve HP. Well, I do heal HP. Well, now I just have to do 2 defends and a strike. Okay. Bash, strike. Pretty simple. And end the fight. Cool. Colorless potion. Spite would be good. I like spike. Or spite. Removed from your deck after 5 combats. Procure 1 random potion. Might as well get rid of a strike. Not much here. Okay. I deal less damage. I don't have any defense. So just do as much damage as I can. If he didn't shrink me, maybe I would have killed him there. But I don't kill him here, so we just defend. Vulnerable wears off. Alright, he's dead. He dead. I like the idea of just punching and punching with free cards over and over. Battle starts. He's doing 12 damage. We have a couple of free cards to use, so we can just defend all this damage here. He intends to block next turn. I can take 1 HP. Not too bad. I heal 6 at the end of combat anyway. Sadly, he's gonna buff next turn, but I only had 1 strike. Okay. 14 damage. I don't really have a lot of decision making there. Say sayonara. Apply a weak potion. Brand. Lose 1 HP. Exhaust 1 card. Gain 1 strength. Vicious plus whenever you apply vulnerable, draw 2 cards. So when we use bash, that'll be great. Wood carvings. You open a dusty box to find a set of 3 elaborate wood carvings, a bird, snake, and a Taurus. A nearby pedestal has indentations which match the bottom of the carvings. Which carving will you place on the pedestal? What is Slither? When you draw this card, randomize its cost. Taurus, when you choose one starter card to transform into Toric Toughness, gain 5 block at the start of the next 2 turns. Choose one starter card to transform into Peck. Deal 2 damage 3 times. I'd rather Toric Toughness rather than a defend. Just upgrade the defend. In a clearing, you run into a ragtag group of adventurers looking down and gesturing at a gigantic maze. They offer to join forces with you in an epic quest to loot the riches of this maze. As an experienced adventurer yourself, it's clear this maze is filled with deadly traps and guardians. It would be easier if you worked together, but then you'd have to split the loot. Lose 18 HP? I think we can tank it. Feeling misanthropic, you wordlessly walk past their now frowning faces. One of them even shakes their fist at you. The maze is not welcoming. You fall into a spike trap. You are stuck by a massive log with spikes, and feisty creatures with spiky clubs fight you along their journey. Along the entire journey, you are sick of spikes and consider teamwork for the next adventure. Consider, maybe. Just increases the block. Just increases the damage. Does increase damage and how many turns they are vulnerable. I don't know. Bash is going to be really nice to keep them vulnerable for a while. Okay, let's do this. He's not doing anything, but I can defend. 16 damage. I've got 5, 10, 15. And a couple of attacks. Just play everything. Why not? I only take 1 damage. Vicious. Bash. Anger. Wish I could have played this, but that's okay. It's unplayable. I really don't have many options here, unfortunately. He's only at 1 HP. I should have done... I forgot he was vulnerable. I should have done the strikes. Just get them all dead. I took damage needlessly. Oh, the fight's not over. Spite. Okay, no longer stunned. Dude, these curse cards are really messing with me. I think we have a rest spot right after this, though, so we'll be okay. Oh my goodness. These infection cards might genuinely kill me. Gain 11 block, gain 13 block. It's free, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, it's the only way I would have survived that. Jesus. Okay. Can we deal 18 damage? I believe so. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I don't even need to defend here. Or wait, No, okay. Never mind. Toric Toughness. Bash deals 10 and vulnerables them. Strike will kill. If we bash this guy, strike this guy, spite this guy, then I lose. But I can apply weak. I survive with 1 HP. Bro, could not be closer, genuinely. Could not be closer. Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply weak to all enemies. Choose a card. Battle trance. Draw 3 cards. You cannot draw additional cards this turn. Thunderclap. Apply vulnerable to all enemies. Yeah, because I draw cards every time I Thunderclap. Reward. Pantograph. At the start of each boss combat, heal 25 HP. Let's go. I have a lot of gold now. Red Skull. While your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. Cool. At the start of each boss... At the start of boss combats, upgrade 3 random cards in your draw pile. 50% discount. Well, don't I buy this and then buy one of these? Stone armor. Gain 6 plating. That'd be really nice. Thunderclap is also discounted. I was able to buy a lot of shit. Okay. We kind of have to rest here. Unfortunately. I wish I could have done something else. Okay, this random encounter was a battle. I could do a Vicious and Bash or Torque Toughness and Vicious. Because I have other vulnerable cards now, so Bash isn't really that important. Plating. Thunderclap. Holy. Anger, deal 9 damage. Cool. Deal 9 damage. Receives 50% more. It won't quite kill, but it will kill him. And then... Okay, I'll take 5 damage, but that's okay. At the end of your turn, gain 5 block. Okay, sick. Now I know. Gain block, apply vulnerable. Okay. I don't have money, so there's kind of no point in going this way. We just go for it here. Okay. We want to do as much damage as possible in the next few turns. Stone armor, maybe? Taunt. It's okay, we're just getting prepared for this turn. So we'll have 10 block here. I could draw a few cards. Could draw cards again. I wish I could play this. Okay, we only take 10 damage. Not too bad. Gain block. Apply vulnerable. Bash deals 13 damage. Yeah, it won't be enough. Spite, anger, strike. Good shit. Liquid bronze, gain thorns, anchor at the start of each combat. Start with 10 block. Let's go. Choose a card. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. I think that just literally stacks with the playstyle we're going right now. I have no complaints whatsoever. Okay. Vicious. We already have enough block, so we can just attack here. But having plating is really nice. I could apply a vulnerable, but it would draw cards, and I wouldn't really have anything, so we can just start going for the kill. Or I guess a vulnerable would have killed him. Never mind. Apply vulnerable. Thunderclap. Yeah, this guy should be really easy. 3 defends, 4 defends, and a strike. I'll gain 4 block. So we block all but 3 damage. Taunt. Spite. Anger. Yeah, it's just Jover for him. Cool. It's hard to calculate how much damage I'll do because they're vulnerable, and then I gain strength for how vulnerable they are. So it's kind of a whole thing. Gain damage equal to your block, or deal damage equal to your block. Gain 5 block, upgrade a card in your hand. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. I think I like Body Slam because I have a decent bit of block. Okay. I gain 25 HP, or I heal 25 HP when I start a boss fight. So we'll be at full HP. Sick. We are very prepared for this. I don't need to defend whatsoever. But the more defense I have, the more damage I'll deal, but vulnerable also increases the damage I deal. Interesting. The next 7 times Phantom loses HP, it only loses 1. Okay, 5 times. Gain block, apply vulnerable. Okay, 3 more times. Vicious, taunt. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. I've still got 3 slipperies. Okay. Now I can actually deal damage. And that's really all I've got, so... We're going to take a bit of damage here. Okay. If I can just deal 23 damage, I think we're good. We're chilling. We won with 51 HP, which is pretty good. Draw 3 cards. Add a card to your deck. They're all power cards. They're all upgraded as well. Okay. Innate. At the start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. Barricade plot plus block is not removed at the start of your turn. Or Juggernaut plus whenever you gain block, deal 7 damage. I'll do Barricade. So we'll have a pretty tanky build here. This one seems fun. It's pretty straightforward. Let's just go for it. Oh, I have to do this one first. That's right. You contain such rage. Take from me and find some peace. Gain an additional energy at the start of your 3rd turn and every turn after that. You may sacrifice card rewards to Pale. Every 2 sacrifices, you obtain a relic. That sounds really fun. At the start of your turn, draw an additional card. We'll do Pale's Flesh. Vicious. Stone armor or I'm not gonna take much damage here, so I can kind of just prepare. Taunt. Barricade. Well, that didn't do anything. Oh! But it's a permanent thing. So it's worth it. Okay, hold. We have so many cards, holy shit. Okay. Anger and Spite will kill this guy. Or just one. Bash. Thunderclap. Anger. Dominate. Torque toughness, strike. Get him out of here. I don't really need to draw cards. Gain 8 block, gain another 8 block if you've exhausted a card this turn. Deal 6 damage, deals 2 additional damage for all cards containing strike. I believe I've gotten rid of a strike. I'll just do Evil Eye. Try to stay alive. Okay, they are planning on doing a little bit of damage, but I can do Body Slam here. Okay, this guy's got 14 HP. Evil Eye, Barricade. Bash applies vulnerable. Gain block, apply vulnerable. Gain strength for each vulnerable in the enemy. Spite. Ooh, he's 1 HP. That's Unfortunato. Stone armor. Bully. Deal 4 damage. Deals 3 additional damage for each vulnerable. And it's free! Arm suddenly jut out from the nearby hole, clutching a suspicious bag of riches and a clearly cursed relic. This or that. A scratched up voice whispers from below. Lose 6 HP, gain 44 gold, or add a clumsy to your deck and obtain a rare relic. Unplayable ethereal. If this card is in your hand at the end of this turn, it's exhausted. Yeah. The potion belt. Cringe. Should have taken the other one. Barricade would be sick. So I should block barricade. Anger. So then I just keep my block. Bash. Dominate. Bully. It's pretty good. Taunt. Evil Eye. Strike. Body Slam. Seven times 3. Okay, we'll take 2 damage. We're playing pretty well. Okay, Molten Fist. Plus, deal 14 damage, double the enemy's vulnerable. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Dominate plus. It just doesn't exhaust. Just gets rid of the exhaust. Body Slam is free. I like that. Boss time. This fucking thing, dude. Okay. It's clearly a barricade. Stone armor. Yeah, we got too many strikes that turn, man. Holy. Torque toughness. Thunderclap. Doubles the enemy's vulnerable. Might as well, well. I wish I could play both of these. I also need to defend. Fuck. Do I just defend and play free shit? Oh, that kills him. Cool. Didn't mean to do that. Because now I have to kill these fucking guys. Like right now. Thunderclap. Bash. $28 damage. Cool. We did it. I'm stronger than I expected. Regal Pillow. Whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP. Juggernaut Plus. Whenever you gain block, deal 7 damage to a random enemy. Yeah. Yeah. A chest. Enemies drop an additional 10 gold. Another chest. Permafrost. The first time you would play power each combat game block. Let's go. Rest. Okay, we're basically topped up on HP now. Okay. Taunt. Molten Fist. Bully. What a screech that was. Take 5 damage. You ain't shit. I don't have any block. Well, I thought I had block for some reason. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh, I should have done that first. I'm not sure how he died, but okay. Oh, whenever you gain block, deal damage to a random enemy. That's right. Gillim dead. Gold. Choose a card. Another Vicious Plus. Sure. It's kind of redundant. Ranwid the Elder. You are approached by the oldest person you have ever seen. We meet once more. It is me, Ranwid. You do not know this man. Give liquid a bronze. Gain a random relic. Give 100 gold. Gain a random relic. Or give anchor and obtain 2 random relics. I like anchor. Liquid gold will be useful one day. 100 gold. Anchor. Or liquid bronze. Thorns will be cool, but I think we'll be okay. Start of your third turn, gain 18 block. Based. Okay. Exhaust, Evil Eye, Anger, Strike. I wish I had Barricade so bad. Okay. Vicious, bash, body slam, bully. Stone armor, thunderclap. I already have vicious. Thunderclap, spite. Double the enemy's vulnerable. There's barricade, men. It took way too long. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to block it. Gain less block. Okay. It's Jover, buddy. Crimson Mantle Plus. At the start of your turn, lose 1 HP and gain 10 block. Boss time. Mini boss time. Infested Prism. First time Infested Prism takes attack damage each turn. The attacker gains energy. The enemy intends to attack. Okay, definitely Barricade and Vicious. But I should have attacked to gain energy. My bad. Now I know. Okay, I already used the Vicious. We gain energy by doing this. Zam! Now we have 16 block. This will be nice to have. Not bad. Bash. Thunderclap. $33 damage. 19 damage. Cool. We did it! Duplicator, this turn, your next card is played an extra time. This is a potion, surely. Or a Calcum. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. Let's go. Choose a card. Gain block, deal damage, probably. Or Spite would actually kind of help as well, because it's free. It synergizes with our Molten Cape or whatever the fuck. Okay, we're prepared for the crab. Taunt, Thunderclap, Defend, Anger, Bully. I really need Barricade though, come on man. Bash, Spite, Defend, Body Slam. That's a hefty amount of damage I took. Vicious, thunderclap. Okay. I don't have barricade though, which is really sad. Stone armor. Defend. Molten fist. Spite. Oh my god. Everything gets shuffled back in. Dude, that's actually crazy. Vulnerable. We still don't have barricade, man. Okay. Killed that guy. Bash. Barricade. Anger. Bully. Okay. Not good. Okay. Base. We did it. Anthropic Brew. Fill all your empty potion slots with random potions. Another Crimson Mantle. We already have it though. Cascade. Play the top X cards of your draw pile. 1-2 punch it. This turn, your next attack is played an extra time. I'll do another one. Just in case. I don't know. I'll take 2 damage per turn for 20 defense. Ah, the Ironclad finally arrives before me. Come forth, and I shall endow you with my power. Da 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 da. The 5th card you play each turn is free. Mark 7 random combats. Enemies in those rooms have 1 HP. Beautiful bracelet. Choose 3 cards in your deck. Enchant them with Swift 3. First time you would play this card, draw 3 cards. I think fur coat, right? Yeah. So now it marks them. Okay. We've got an elite. And these guys. So I think we go here. Go up here. Oh, wait. No, that misses the elite, though. Never mind. So we go here for sure. Go up this way to the elite. Yes. And then, yeah. I think we win this. What? Mark 7 random comments. Was this not a... Oh, it's the next one that is marked. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay, it's that one and that one. Okay. Really wanted to kill that guy. Should have defended maybe then. Why did I lose 2 max HP? Whenever Skull of Biting deals unblocked damage, you lose 2 max HP. Okay. Well, we can kill this guy. We can defend and barricade. Fuck, dude. So cringe. Crimson Mantle. Defend. Anger. Strike. Strike. That's not even gonna block all the damage, man. So annoying. Should have done that one first. Okay, finally. Block their damage. I wish I could gain that back, but I can't. Choose a card. Flame Barrier, gain 16 block. Whenever you are attacked this turn, deal damage back. Rage Plus, whenever you play an attack this turn, gain block. Yeah. 1 HP! Let's fucking go, dude. Oh, what? He had defense. Because the other guy died or something? Armaments Plus would be fucking sick. Thunderclap. Regen Potion. Ashen Strike. Deals 6 damage. Deals 4 damage for each card in your exhaust pile. How many exhaust cards do I have? One, two, two. I don't know. It does more than the other ones. Crimson Mantle. Vicious. Thunderclap. Bully. Rage. Body Slam. Armaments. Stone Armor. Anger. Spite. Damn. Oh, I wish, dude. I wish. Sheesh. I have a lot of gold. Dude, imagine blocking all that. Holy, 36 damage is crazy. Rage. Vicious. Barricade, fucking finally, but it doesn't even matter. I need Barricade to be innate. Rupture plus whenever you lose HP on your turn, gain 2 strength. That's exactly what I'm looking for with my Crimson Mantle. Okay, yeah, we'll survive and go through this. Galvanize. Take 6 damage when this card is played. Did I actually take 6 damage or no? Armaments. Thunderclap. Frail. Gain less block. Okay, take a bit of damage. Torque, toughness. Rage. Taunt. Evil Eye. Defend. Anger. Not much to think about here. Barricade. 8 times 3. Kind of need to though, no? Damn. Why would I discard that? That would be cringe and crazy. It'd be absolutely nuts. This is actually kind of nuts. Rupture plus again. Or just tremble. Heal me. Chest. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. Based. The trial. You join a line of people entering a massive building. As you pass under a golden archway, horns blare, confetti explodes, and streamers glide down from the ceiling. Entrant 248. You are the decider for today's trial. Serve as today's decider? I'm not allowed to reject. The trial. You sit in the chair of decision-making, and the trial begins. A wealthy-looking merchant presents his case. He is accused of murder by one of his rivals. The evidence is thin, and you have a feeling that the man is innocent, but the onlookers seem out for blood. The crowd bellows. Decide guilty, add regret to your deck, obtain 2 random relics, or decide innocent, add shame to your deck, upgrade 2 random cards. Oh. Innocent. It's probably just guilty. Is decided. You rule that all of the man's possessions are to be taken and given as processing fees for the court. Damn. What a random encounter, though. Finally, I get barricade. Thank you. At the beginning of the fucking combat, too. Stone armor. Okay, I'll block it. Okay. Dude, the fact that I have barricade is so good. Now I don't have to think about blocking anymore. Not that I really can. A 100? Damn. Do I have a thunderclap? The fact that an elite was this free is fucking sick. Ornamental fan, each time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain block based. Choose a card, body slam plus. Or taunt plus. I like body slam plus. Merchant, we have 800 gold, dude. Okay, and we have the fucking discount card. Oh my god, okay. Oddly smooth stone. Sparkling rogue. Sling of courage. Start each elite combat with 2 strength. Well, it's a little late for this now, but that's okay. Can I buy all of this? Probably not. Cascade. Brand. Lose 1 HP. Exhaust 1 card. Gain strength. Now this is useful because we actually gain stuff when we lose HP. I already have a vicious that I need to get rid of, actually. Because I only need it once for it to apply. Conflagration. Cascade. Hell from Beyond. Huh. The Gambit. We can literally just buy everything. Okay. We can either fight an elite, gain better rewards, or get a free pass. Let's fight the elite. Okay. Stone armor. Vicious. Cascade. Bash. Body slam. We don't have barricade yet, though. Yeah, still don't have it. Torque, toughness. Setup strike. Wait, I have no energy? Huh. burns. Damn, all that block's gone too. It's gonna deal 40 damage to me. Crimson Mantle. Taunt. I have Vicious already. And take 17 damage. Damn, dude. Rage, Gambit. I can't use this yet because I don't have Barricade. There's Barricade. Crimson Mantle, Barricade. Molten Fist. Strike. $45 damage. Lose 1 HP, exhaust 1 card. Gain strength. Nice. Block potion, reptile trinket. Whenever you use a potion, you gain 3 strength. Okay, we are so set. Okay. Second wind. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Gain 7 block for each card exhausted. Bludgeon. Deal damage. Okay. We definitely do not rest here. Because we're already at full HP. Okay. Gain 75 block. Let's do it. Okay. The RNG gods. Give us Barricade and the Gambit. First hand. Okay. We did not get it. I could play Cascade. Let's just see what fucking happens. Brand. Exhaust a card. Spite. Cascade. Damn, fucking nothing happened. Crimson Mantles. Gain 12 block. Wait, reptile trinket. Okay. Fuck, okay. That makes more sense now. Defend plus, dominate, anger. It really doesn't matter what I do here. Wish I had barricade so bad, dude. Bludgeon plus, taunt plus, body slam. Okay, now the real fight begins. Dude, losing 38 block feels so terrible. I have too many cards, that's what it is. Fuck, man. Damn it. Okay. Now we can do barricade. Or fucking next turn, I guess. There's barricade. Bro, healed? Torque toughness. Thunderclap. Defend or spite, I guess. Spite. I already have enough defense. I'll try Cascade. Anger. Now that I have barricade. Okay. I'm getting a lot of defense now. We're in the cycle. $150 block. Let's go. Apply vulnerable. Body slam. It's gonna deal a fuck ton of damage. $300 damage. In a single card. That's actually sick as fuck. I'm dead. Epoch unlocked. Discoveries. Chapter 1. For centuries, war raged between the Ironclads and the Valley Guard, driven by ambition. A young Ironclad ventures into the foreign boundary and bargains with the Sacred Demon. Potions unlocked. The Ironclad's rage could not be tamed. Ascension difficulties can be activated. I'm starting a run. Chapter 1, the calm, the reopening. The blight stopped consuming. The ground, dry and brittle, begins to moisten. The clouds around the spire douse the lands. The sunlight pierces through newly formed cracks in the clouds. It has been done. Someone has slain the spire. More potions unlocked. Potions for days. Okay. Well, we haven't had anybody join chat. So, in my eyes, I probably need to change my approach to actually get people to join. So let me rename the stream. Perhaps that will help. I'll be right back though. I'm gonna take a little break. And then I'm gonna grab some food. And then I'll change the title of the stream, see if we can get some people to chat. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. I got my food. Okay, I've updated my streams now. Okay. Okay. For anybody who may be watching, I am looking to talk to literally anybody about whatever they want, as long as we're engaging in good faith. They can talk about their problems, their philosophy, psychology, whatever it is. We'll have a discussion. So if you go to join my Discord, go to self-improvement. After you've reacted to the roles, then we'll chat about whatever you want. Mukbang. I could play a game of TFT. I haven't done that in a while. PBE for the next set's coming out somewhat soon. I didn't play this set as much as I wanted to. Well, as much as I wanted to in theory, but that's okay. Warhound. Do some chunks, treasure, have some fun. We'll wait for viewers to show up.
Nobody touches the hat.
I've been to the void and back. You're nothing.
It's pretty good height. Started with void, okay. Works for me.
I've been to the void and back. You're nothing.
Interesting.
Enforce equilibrium.
I've been to the void and back. You're nothing.
Darkness.
Even more bots. Gotta love bots. Alright, still nothing useful yet. Damn, one more cast would have done it.
I will protect you.
Really not hitting anything right now.
Find your orbit, brother.
Solo leveling Nexus is crazy. Good thing he identifies as a tank though. Bro didn't even say a single person.
You disappoint me.
Early Belveth.
Watchers are the true threat.
I've been to the void and back. Done that.
Down in California.
More sparkles now.
Bro, again. The round after I build the item, it's like, oh, do you want this item as an augment? Not really. Gambler's Blade. Kappa Juice. Aegis of Dusk. Horizon Focus. Could be Gamblers. You have 2 gold from it. That's pretty good.
On your orbit, brother.
Could go Last Whisper and build that, I think. She'll be a tank shredder. Remove the armor, deal more damage. Tanks. Should help get through that front line. Yay, I unlocked Kaisa. Not like I didn't already have her. Used Kaisa to unlock Kaisa. More like Kaisa, dude. Cringe. Cringe, 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 cringe. Oh, you took my shit. No, you took my shit. I'm playing too well. I'm doing too good of a job. The Darkened Scythe. But it's adjacent enemies and she has 2 range. So I should go on Rek'Sai.
Fate made you. I will unmake you.
I think Rek'Sai also has a flash. Yeah. I would have liked to get Gambler's Blade on stage 1, but that's okay. Or stage 2, I should say. Why am I offline on Kick? Weird. I'm doing pretty well. Okay.
The sun is but a
Tarek as
travel
well.
through the kingdom of the stars.
Just keep leveling up, man. Just keep going. $10 from Gambler's Blade. He's also a Vanquisher. That really helps a lot, actually. fact that Belveth did more damage, pretty cool. I like that. Okay, I'll naturally level next turn.
I will protect you.
Well, I definitely lose here. Okay, I'll get 2 stars. I want an item for, or I guess I want whatever this is, Dragon's Claw. But I will not be getting it. Vest is best here. You can do either Titan's Resolve or Edge of Night and Belveth. I can make the Mosia emblem.
Test my temper.
Embrace the cosmos.
You can't outrun the void.
Embrace the cosmos.
Okay. 2-star Tarek. Ruin of Shyvana. 2-star Kaisa. Big power split. If only I had gotten 1 more gold. Damn. Okay. We're hitting a lot of shit on level 9 right now. I would like Bruiser Emblem, actually. That would be sick. Throw it on Tarek or something. That'd be really good, actually. Huh. I don't know that the Darkened Bow's gonna do all that much. For her. And so far she's kind of on pace, but not for long. We're gonna save our gold here. I feel like I'm starting to actually wake up now. Holy, that took forever. That took like all day. I need to actually like wake up. Okay. What do I get here? Okay, we get Dragon's Claw, yeah. Bilgewater, Demacia, Dragon's Claw, Yordle. Dragons. We want as much HP as possible.
Only existence can save your hunger, Choga.
Damn, that's too late on that. I could do Protector's Vow, Bilgewater Emblem, or Demacia Emblem. Protector's Vow on the Cho'Gath, make sure he gets his cast off. Carrick is pretty tanky. That Diana is just crazy. What else are we rolling for? Belveth. Okay. And then now we go to 10. Should have held a Malzahar up until this point. I guess we want to do Protector's Vow on like Shyvana instead. I don't know. She just casts once though. Yeah, the Darkened Scythe doesn't get too much value because she's just so far away. Damn, he barely won that. Yeah, we got Volibear. We could put Volley in once we hit 10. Let's just try switching sides. I think I win this. Yeah. How much gold have I gotten from this? 27 gold from Gamblers. Pretty good. And the fact that I have double healing on her. I mean, Leeching Nucleus is just really good. It also increases her base damage. But ooh, Arcanist Emblem. On kill, refund 20% of the holder's max mana. Well, that would have been really nice. I could go Void Staff on Shyvana or some. Well, never mind. Well, I need the fiddle anyway. Brother. Okay. We need to hit 3-star Kaisa, I think, in order to win. This guy's playing Yordle. This guy's gonna get pretty normal Targon team. This guy is potentially able to get Braum 4. I think I win this game, especially if I can hit 3-star Kaisa. I don't think I'm gonna win this. I don't know that anybody's gonna be able to hit. A 3-star 4 cost or 3-star 5 cost or anything. Oh my god, wait, they already did. The one person I didn't check already had a 3-star 4 cost. Well, she didn't wipe the entire board too quickly. Meaning that I'll have a bit of time, it seems, to get what I need.
Fear the void sting.
Okay.
Fear the void sting.
Well, I hit 3-star Kaisa, so that's pretty cool. Or at least I can make 3-star Kaisa. Okay, so I think it's Warren WB who has... Oh. Who has the... Oh my god, the 3-star Seraphine died. Damn, bro. Gets a terrible fucking 3-star 4 cost. That's sad, actually. I'm looking for Belveths, but
This could have been easier.
okay.
The void.
Boom.
Can't outrun the void.
We are 2 Belveths away. It's possible also to get Belveth 3. It does so much damage on the autos. Holy bump 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 bump. It's pretty sick. $34 gold. This guy is going for Fizz 3. If he hits Fizz 3, I think it's genuinely Jover.
I will purge the void from this world.
Okay, bro is 1 off of Fizz 3. He's looking for Vagar 3 as well. Has he placed his Fizz? Kinda. Walks around this way, it won't be in range. Especially if I put this guy over here. Walk up, then he'll dash here at best. Oh, he hit this thing. Okay. likes to attack Hawkmoth first. Dash away, thank you. I need her to attack the Fizz so bad though. He has nothing to eat, so. Exit. I still won. If I could hit Belveth 3, that would really help. There's a Belveth in the carousel. That's insane. Don't take it, fucker. Don't do it. Okay, if I hit one Belveth now in my shop, then I'll have 2 3-star forecasts. Oh my god, I did it! I didn't think it would actually happen, but we did it! Bro. No way, dude. Okay, and I have a champion duplicator, so I would have hit anyway. That's actually fucking solid, holy. Bro, let's go. Oh, he hit 2 3-star 4-cross as well. He has a Veigar and Fizz. I win. Void 3-star 4-costs are better than Yordle 3-star 4-costs. That was pretty sick though. That's a sick screenshot. Or fuck, snipping tool. Wait, I can just play Shyvana in Arena. To try her out as a new champion. Rom, Master, Yugi, and Essence. I believe I already have both of them. Do I have any Shyvana skins? I do. Do I have any more? Oh my god, but Yone has a fucking anvil on him, though. And Zahen, dude. What the fuck? The game's like, hey, yo, I know you want to play, bro. You can play.
I won't hold my breath.
Why are you ban ASOL, bro?
One to cut, one to seal.
What do you have to do to ban ASOL? He's literally like the easiest motherfucker to kill in the world. Malzahar? Bro's gonna play Malzahar?
Behold! These wolf-hearted warriors are ready to battle for your entertainment.
I'll be the fucking tank, dude. Lethality. Unbreakable. Swiftness. I think we go lethality. It's just not something that I'm gonna be building all very much. So I'll take it.
Another contender arises!
Oh, yo, what's up? I am willing to chat with people. Let me pause my music real quick. On Discord, if you want. We can talk about whatever, philosophy, psychology, mental health, whatever it is that you're interested in chatting about. Sometimes when I do like philosophy streams or whatever, people often want to like chat about their problems or their trauma or whatever it is. So I thought that would be like a cool format to allow people to comment. Is this League? Yeah, it's an alternate game mode of League, but I'm just kind of hanging out. Cool. You haven't played in a decade. Damn. Well, it's like a little arcade mode, sort of. But I'm not like a huge League player, but I enjoy the mechanics of playing this character, Yone. He's pretty cool. If you're interested in chatting, even on like voice on Discord, you can join the Discord server. I believe that there's a link in my about page. I can also just post the link and then we can chat on there. Whatever you're interested in, if you're wanting to chat. You liked ARAM? Yeah, I never really got into ARAM. It wasn't really quite my thing. Like, it's okay, but I'm just more of like a one trick, so like playing a bunch of other champions that I don't really want to play. Gotcha. I see. No problem. So yeah, this game mode has like 16 players of teams of 2. Pretty cool. And then you just do like a 2v2 where you just fight. Yeah, what's up? Okay. Okay, at least she died.
Next time, revenge.
We get a little bit of gold if we at least get one takedown. I'm ready for whatever question you may have. I'm an open book. Flesh Eater wouldn't be terrible. With the build I'm going, Flesh Eater would be really good. Hamstringer would also kind of help. But I'm going to be going Heartsteel Yone. Drop the deepest truths you can. I enjoy seeing the awareness of others. I would say the deepest truths, meaning is subjective. There's no objective. There is no objective, good or bad. There is no objective, right or wrong. Everything that we find to be like anything that we ascribe to be good or bad or evil or any of that is all just from a perspective. And it cannot be like, it is not an objective reality. So our problems truly are just kind of a little bit. Or at least the way we feel about them is the only way that morality really exists. Am I gonna lose to this Jin Zhao? How, bro? Oh my god, how? Bro bonked me out right before I used my ability.
May your spirit choose a more enlightened path.
Let's see, deepest truths. Our brains are not truth-seeking machines. They are pattern recognition machines, biological machines that are made to interpret what we can through our senses to see what's useful, not what's true. Moral relativity is gross. I mean, you don't have to like it, but I don't see any way how you can ground morality in an objective way. In terms of like having evidence to actually prove it to the extent of genuinely believing that it's like you can believe anything you want. But having a logical through line that is unbreakable doesn't really exist there. The only thing that we do know, and anything that anybody can agree on, is that we at least have these preferences. But those preferences can change and they're somewhat arbitrary. Not that they don't necessarily matter, but what it means for something to matter entirely depends on the person. He was almost dead. I'll scale up though. We'll be good. You like playing him? They just reworked him. They gave him new visuals. I don't know if they changed his ability, but they did update his model and his lore and a whole ton of stuff. Just 30% increased damage. A lot of the times the arguments against like moral emotivism or moral relativism is like one that is a theocratic one, or a theist sort of mindset, which I definitely do not ascribe to. Because that's like like the common way that people will describe morality to the objective way, I should say. How old am I? I am 24. Oh my goodness. Please don't. Is this the third time? Okay. Oh. I was gonna say, is this the fucking third time that I barely don't get at least one kill? That would be insane if that was the case. How different were your views 10 years ago, and how different do you think they'll be in another 10? So 10 years ago, I was 14. I didn't know anything. Like, at all. I hadn't found my intellectual awakening yet. I hadn't really considered any big questions yet. Anything I was focused on was very much like having fun and just, you know, playing video games and thinking about girls and sports, and going on vacation was like the only things that I really cared about or thought deeply about. So I'm completely different. I am nowhere near the same person as I was when I was 14. But from the path that I've taken since then, and the person that I've developed into today, I believe that I probably will stay much closer to where I am now. Like the amount of change that I went through from 14 years old to 24, I think will be less different from 24 to 34, because a lot of the fundamentals of who I am have been pretty solidified, or at least you just noticed the Hunter x Hunter shirt. Yeah, it's kind of barely visible, I guess, with the cam, but yeah, I love anime. Definitely an anime guy. A lot of my mindset is pretty set in stone. Like the methodology of how I think about things, what priorities that I'm trying to get out of information and learning. Like the fact that I have this mindset, I don't see that going away. So my depth of knowledge will definitely increase, but I've definitely chosen a path of preferences at this point in terms of like how my mind works, what things I desire. I don't know. In terms of my mind, I don't know. It's gonna be, I know I'll feel different, but I'm pretty sure I'll look back and say like, oh, when I was 24, like I had really started to shape into like the final version of myself, at least like the type of journey that I'm on. I definitely already started it by that time. It probably would have been 22 at the latest when I really figured my shit out. At least I need this plant really bad. Do I work out? Not really in the way that I think people would think when you ask that question. Like, I don't go to the gym. but I do a lot of cardio and lifting for my job. I deliver packages, and a lot of those packages can get really heavy, and I'm running to go deliver and stuff.
His eye.
And then I do Iaido, which is a martial arts. It's a much more chill martial art, so it's less of a workout. It's more of a mental connection with my body. And then I play a lot of pickleball, especially now that the weather's getting warmer, which is pretty good. So I've got a pretty lean type of exercise. So I'm not bulked, but I am strong. So there's kind of a balance there. Like I'm not really the type of guy to get like roided out or fucking ripped or whatever, but I have very, very little body fat and I have muscle. Never stop moving. Yeah, pretty much. Like meditation through motion is kind of the name of the game for me. Is, you know, the more stagnant you are, the more stagnant I am, more I feel like I'm decaying. But then when I'm out and about and moving, then it's like I'm starting to live again. How did the team already get eliminated so fast? Like, me and my teammate are just kind of hanging out. Now, roids is self-hatred. It can be. I think it's a body dysmorphia issue. Movement is medicine. Yeah, pretty much. For the most part. You still need some rest. But, you know, you can't push yourself too hard, obviously. But for the most part, like, as long as you're trying, like, I have a friend from childhood. Like, I think we became friends, or I know we became friends, actually, in kindergarten. Like, the first day of kindergarten. He has since kind of grown to be less athletic than he used to be, and he doesn't really do much. And so I tried to play pickleball with him, just to be like, hey, look, this is like a fun thing that you can do to like move your body. And now, today, he literally texted me with a picture of him and his friends where he's playing pickleball with them to stay active. I'm very proud of him. Just do jump daily min-maxing. Yeah. There's a whole sort of thing with that, for sure, but... Oh, please don't melt and die. Hell yeah, she's dead. She melted. Armor pen. Health and size. Or Omnivamp. Do Omnivamp. You never go wrong with Omnivamp. Especially for Yone, because he does so much magic damage in his kit. I would do more focused workouts and stuff, but I'm already so like tired, and like mentally I want to do something different. Like mentally I want to play video games or watch anime or whatever it is, so but I definitely need to stretch more. Like that's one of the issues I've had, is like I'll go play pickleball or whatever and I won't stretch, and so I end up just making my muscles even worse, like with my jaw too. So much HP. Oh wait, we're done. I thought we had like at least one more attempt, but that's okay. You gotta go. All right. Well, thanks for coming. Appreciate the conversation, and hopefully I'll see you again. The best day ever, you know? It's already mostly over, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance. Nice.
Pickleball, and welcome to my first ever Gen 4 paddle tier list. I'm only going to do Gen 4 this time around because Gen 3s are still good, but there's just been so many of them, so many Gen 4s that have come out. I feel like I just have to do some sort of like ranking tier list because a lot of them didn't get the attention that they deserved, and a lot of them kind of got done dirty because some of them got like no recognition whatsoever. But I think there's some of them that do deserve some recognition. So maybe I didn't get to do a full-on review with some of these paddles, but I do want to just kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on them like super fast. I've got over 30 different paddles that I've personally tested. There are a lot of them that I also have not tested. Even though I did get to test a lot of Gen 4 paddles, I didn't get to test them all. So please don't hate me if I don't include your favorite one. And let me know which paddles I missed because I know there's going to be some that I'm not even thinking of that I'm probably not including in this list. I'm including a few Gen 3 paddles just to kind of get a feel for where some of these sit in comparison to some of the other Gen 4s. And that should kind of give you a good idea of what I think about some of these Gen 3s like the Pro 4 or the brand new Pro 5. Last thing I do want to mention, I'm going to be ranking these purely off of performance. This is not including price. This is not including customer service with a brand. This is not including whether they have a good reputation, bad reputation, purely performance-based rankings. So that means playability, how consistent is it, power levels are going to be considered, control levels are going to be considered, spin levels are going to be considered. Everything's going to be considered when we're talking about these paddles. And with all that talking out of the way, I think it's time that we get into this tier list finally. These are in no particular order. I'm just kind of like throwing them in at random. So let's go ahead and start off with the Selkirk 008. This is a very interesting one because this is like one of the first ever Gen 4 paddles. If I'm not mistaken, this is like the second one that came to market. And it was okay back then, and it's definitely still okay now. It's actually dropped in the rankings, if I'm gonna be honest. I think back then maybe it was fighting for B tier, but at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a comfortable C tier. I think people wouldn't hate me too much for that, just because, again, there's no power really. It's a very vanilla Gen 4. There's nothing crazy for it. And then I know I'm not thinking about price. I'm not supposed to, but let's be real, the price was like $300 something. So just, yeah, not a good one. I think it was a great entry paddle, but not for the price either. Performance, definitely mid or even a little bit below it. Next one, Enhance Gen 4.5. Dude, honestly, I just did not vibe with this paddle. The feeling was just like totally off for me. I just didn't like it. And if I'm being honest, I'm gonna put this one already, our first paddle, in the D tier. Now look, it did have decent power. I wouldn't even say it's in the power category, and it expressed more. Going from the Ruby Pro, which had like B, that's right where it belongs, right smack dab in the middle of the B tier. Great paddle, especially for the price, $175. Ooh, now this one though, again, dude, Enhance just let out some bangers, bro. Absolute bangers. Turbo, bro. This turbo is gonna go in the A tier, but where? Especially this hybrid shape, bro. This hybrid shape was very intriguing. I liked it a lot. You may hate it. You may think this is crazy, but I'm gonna put it, oh no, not there. Right there. That's exactly where I'm gonna put it. I think it had a really nice sweet spot. And then again, the price is $99, but let's just talk about the performance. I'm gonna compare it to the Loco. More controllable than the Loco, less pop, but more controllable. I would say it has really good power, especially with weight, okay? These are both gonna be floating cores, so they're both gonna be really consistent. And I just like the feel of the turbo. I don't know, I just feel like I could control it a little bit better. And then you add that 6.5-inch handle from the hybrid. Two-handers are just easy, super smooth. And then it's a whip, bro. When you serve this paddle, like when you serve with it, it's literally a whip. If you have good wrist lag, this ball's gonna really fast. And if you know how to shape too, the shape for the Draco is really nice. Better than the Coral, I think, if you ask me. And 16 millimeter, so super consistent, more consistent than 14 millimeters. You got yourself a winning paddle. That's an A tier one for sure. I think that's very well deserving. Oh, Spartus P1. Spartus P1's a very interesting one because it's not really a power paddle when you first play with it. I've heard it breaks in and it gets more powerful. But that permagrit, dude, that permagrit is something else, man. My spin degradation has shown like zero signs. Just like, it's still spinning the ball the way I want it to. Now, I haven't put a ton of hours, but regardless, I've heard other people that put on way more hours and it's still spinning the ball like the day that it came out of the box. And so for that reason, I'm gonna put it also right above the Coral, but maybe just, no, you know what? I'm gonna put it above the Draco because the spin potential was a little bit better in the Draco on soft shots and on drives and serves. So I really like that. It could dip over the box. I've heard other people that put on way more hours and it's still spinning the ball like the day that it came out of the box. And so for that reason, I'm gonna put it also right above the Coral, but maybe just, no, you know what? I'm gonna put it above the Draco because the spin potential was a little bit better than the Draco on soft shots and on drives and serves. So I really like that. It could dip over the net in a hurry, man. It could drop really, really fast. And if you know how to do some really mean drops with a lot of topspin or some drips, it is really nasty paddle. The only gripe I have about it is that it's only a hybrid. I know they're coming out with more shapes, but I've played with a hybrid and the hybrid shape was whatever. It was kind of heavy. But other than that, if you can get over the heaviness, which I was able to get over it pretty quickly, great paddle, really cool. Oh man, the Speed Up Tide, dude. The Speed Up Tide is such a unique paddle, dude. One of the most unique paddles. It's a 14 millimeter, but an MPP core. And I don't know if any other paddle has done that yet, but it also has such a very unique feel on top of that because they added a different kind of foam that surrounds the core because it's a floating core. It's not an EVA ring, it's something that's more stiff and a little bit more like, it gives more feedback, has a lot more vibrations. And so that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I like feedback, but this kind of gives a lot. This is a very hard paddle to use, the elongated one. I know the hybrid and the wide body are much easier to use, but I only got to play with the elongated, so my impressions are very limited to this one shape. I don't know if I would put it above, it's because 14 millimeters are always harder to use, always. But that doesn't mean that they're worse, it just means that it takes more skill to use it. I think I'm gonna put it like right below the Agassi, I think. They're very similar, the Agassi and the Tide. They have a higher sweet spot and they're kind of heavy when it comes to their like swing weights. And so they're both really good for singles. I think it's much harder to use in doubles. Doubles, I would put it lower in the B tier, but for singles, I would put it like in the A tier. So it's gonna bounce out, go straight in the middle. If you don't like very vibration-y paddles that give a lot of feedback, this paddle is the worst for you. If you have tennis elbow, just don't even touch this thing, man. This thing gives some really strong feedback, but it hits hard, it has good spin, and it has pretty good dwell time for a 14 millimeter. Not more than the Waves, but still pretty good. Oh, if that's the case, then you know what? I'm actually gonna put it a little bit lower because I actually prefer the Waves more than the Tide. There, I'm gonna put it right there. I think that's a little bit better. I think that the Waves has a little bit more going for it, in my opinion. Ooh, J6CR. Can you guess where I'm gonna put this? I bet you can. Dude, this is S tier, bro. S tier, easy, 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 easy. I know people are saying that it was overhyped. No, it wasn't. Not by any means. This is not overhyped, not even a little bit, bro. Consistency, power, pop, spin, hand speed, sweet spot, twist weight, shape. Literally everything about this is almost perfect. If you ask me, I think if I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put this above the Inferno for sure. I'm actually gonna put it above the Boom, okay? Let me tell you why I'm gonna put it above the Boomstick. It still gives you power, okay, without being uncontrollable. It still gives you pop without being uncontrollable. And it has better feel than the Boomstick. The Boomstick, the more I play with it, it feels much more muted than some of these other Gen 4 paddles that come out recently. The Boomstick is a hollow feeling paddle, but the feedback, like, I don't know, sometimes you can't tell where you're hitting it. It's because it's a little bit more muted, and because the sweet spot is so big, you don't know what kind of shot you just hit. You just know it's a very hard shot, that's it. The J6CR, you can feel the ball much better. It's not gonna feel muted. It totally fixed the problem of the NFs and the FC pluses. The NFs and FC pluses felt yucky. I'm just gonna say it to put it nicely, okay? And the J6CR feels amazing. I think it is the best feeling Gen 4 paddle on the market. It gives the perfect amount of feedback without feeling too harsh or too foamy. I think it just feels so, so good in your hands. And like I said, every other performance metric is gonna be S tier, bro. Literally everything. I cannot complain about a single thing with this paddle. I just really can't. I mean, if I'm gonna nitpick anything, The design is a little boring, and that's about it. I mean, it's better than the NFNF.
Now, grit durability has been one of the biggest issues to plague pickleball paddles, but with this new Sparta P1, this seems to be the first paddle that actually has long-lasting grit texture. Let's talk about it. Now, the new Permagrit technology is going to be obviously the standout feature, but don't sleep on this paddle because it is a very good performer. With its floating EPP core, it's going to sit in between paddles like the J2NF as well as the Bread and Butter Loco in terms of both power as well as pop. Now, with this floating EPP core, you are going to have plenty of put away power, but these P1 paddles have slightly higher swing weights than most hybrid shape paddles, so you're going to get a little bit more put away power with these paddles. Now, with that slightly higher swing weight than most other hybrid shapes, you're not going to have the most maneuverable paddle. However, I think the pros of this paddle definitely outweigh any cons. Now, this P1 utilizes Permagrit, which is ceramic hybrids. It's not a peel ply grit resin texture like we've seen from any paddles on the market. It's truly unique and something that Spartus has developed on their own, which is really cool to see. Now, this Permagrit technology performs exceptional. It produces very high tier spin, but most importantly, I noticed virtually no changes in the surface roughness and grit texture of this paddle. It feels almost identical as it did new after 15 hours of very heavy use. Now, to compare that with traditional peel ply textures, you're going to notice a drop in surface roughness after about an hour to 2 hours of play, and then you're just going to see continuous degradations to that peel ply texture, which I never saw with this Spartus P1, which makes it very promising in my personal opinion. Now, as you would expect, this floating EPP core paddle does have a very large sweet spot. It's not gigantic, but it is one of the better sweet spots that I've noticed in my testing. Now, this paddle is currently only available in the hybrid shape, but they do expect to release an elongated as well as a standard/wide body in the very near future. Now, this hybrid shape, it's not my favorite. Tapers from top to bottom, 5.3-inch handle, and it's not the most comfortable for two-hand backhands, but again, like I said, in regards to the swing weight, I think the pros of this paddle in terms of durability severely outweigh the cons, and that's not even including that this paddle does perform as good as just about anything out there on the market. Now, this Spartus P1 retails at $220, but you can use code PURSUIT to bring the price down to $198. Which is a very good price, considering this is probably the most durable paddle in theory on the market right now. This longer lasting grit paired with the floating EPP core makes it resilient to virtually all of the issues that we've had in the past that plague other pickleball paddles. Now, this paddle doesn't solve every single durability issue, but it does touch on the two most problematic ones, being core crush as well as grit durability. And I think this is a huge step forward for the market and easily one of the highest recommendations I can make for a paddle right now, especially if you like hybrid shapes. So who is this paddle for? It's going to be for anyone who's looking for a more durable paddle, obviously first, but most importantly, if you like hybrid shapes and you're not scared of slightly higher swing weights, I do think this is genuinely one of the best paddles that you can buy on the market right now. The performance is excellent, the durability is second to none, and I do think that Spartus knocked it out the park with this one. I really can't wait to see this P1 out in the market to see how it stands up to its very impressive durability claims. Again, this paddle is on sale right now for $198 after code PURSUIT. Using my code does help support this channel, which is greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this review. Until the next one, I'm Lewis with Pickleball PURSUIT, and I'll see you guys soon.
As the third week of the Iran war draws to a close, one thing has become increasingly clear. We might be here for a long time. Despite repeated assertions that Iran's military capabilities have been completely degraded and expectations that the regime will capitulate, the Islamic Republic is still standing, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, and the war shows no sign of ending. The Economist put it best: Quoting them here, although President Donald Trump says he has destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, the 0% that remains is playing havoc with the global economy. End quote. And the longer this war goes on, the more likely it is that the escalations we've seen so far will look mild compared to what comes next. Consequences that will be felt not just in the Middle East, but in every economy around the world. The Washington Post reported that oil prices have risen by 23.6% for Americans. If that sounds bad, just look at Australia, Laos, or Nigeria, where prices have risen by 32, 33, and 40% respectively. And it's not just fuel hikes. We've reached the stage of the war where countries are actively rationing fuel and doing everything they can to reduce demand. In Thailand, the government called on the public to reduce their use of air conditioning units to save energy, while Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and the Philippines have taken the extraordinary step of moving some workers to a 4-day work week. Whether this will be enough to stave off the worst of the expected economic downturn remains to be seen, especially because targeting oil infrastructure seems to be in vogue among all of the war's participants. Fires everywhere. So in yesterday's episode, we talked about Israel's strike on South Pars, the largest natural gas deposit in the entire world, and Iran's retaliatory strike targeting Qatar's Ras Laffan industrial city, the liquefied natural gas facility that handles Doha's side of the two nations' shared deposit. In that episode, we basically explained that the gloves were off and things were about to get a lot worse. We just didn't know how right we were. Once the dust had settled and Qatar had a chance to estimate the damages, the picture was grim. Qatar Energy CEO Saad Al-Qadi told Reuters that the strikes on Ras Laffan had knocked out about 17% of Qatar's total LNG export capacity, which equates to roughly 3.5% of the world's entire supply. Two of the country's 14 LNG trains and one of its 2 gas-to-liquid facilities were damaged, sidelining roughly 12.8 million tons per year of output. Al-Qadi said repairs would take 3 to 5 years, and that Qatar Energy may have to declare force majeure on long-term contracts covering supplies to China, South Korea, Italy, and Belgium. Force majeure is basically a legal clause that allows a company to suspend or cancel contractual obligations under extraordinary circumstances beyond control, like, for example, a war. Qadi further told Reuters that the damaged facilities would cost approximately $26 billion to rebuild. The biggest issue, however, isn't the money. It's the fact that there's no quick replacement for this lost capacity. Christy Kramer, the head of LNG strategy and market development at the consultancy firm Wood Mackenzie, told the natural gas industry outlet LNG Industry that global markets had been preparing for a short disruption due to the conflict. Then, a controlled restart would restore supply to pre-conflict levels by mid-2026. Given the latest developments, that outlook appears increasingly unlikely. Daniel Tolman, a research director of the same consultancy firm, added that even if supplies return to 2025 levels, the market would still face significantly lower demand in Asia, lower storage injections in Europe, and sustained upward pressure on gas and LNG prices. Furthermore, each additional month of disruption removes around 1.5% of all annual global LNG availability. Given the extensive damage caused by these strikes, we have to point out that from what we've seen, Iran managed to do all of this with fewer than 10 ballistic missiles spread across 2 small barrages. That is a relatively modest use of force for a country that still has a significant missile arsenal. If Tehran could do this once, with this few weapons, and break through local air defenses in the process, then there is nothing stopping Iran from doing this again, either at Ras Laffan or its energy infrastructure elsewhere in the Gulf. And the ability to stop it is shrinking by the day. In a recent interview with CNBC, Rheinmetall CEO Armin Persia said that European, American, and Middle Eastern interceptor stockpiles are empty or nearly empty, and that if the war lasts another month, there will be almost no interceptors available. Al-Qadi seemed to understand all of this when he told Reuters that everybody in the world, whether Israel, the United States, or anybody else, should stay away from oil and gas facilities. But in the middle of the war, with every side looking to score a decisive blow, his words have had very little impact. Apart from Ras Laffan, Saudi Arabia confirmed on Thursday that Iran had targeted the Red Sea port of Yanbu, currently the only export outlet for the nation's crude oil. Sources told Middle East Eye that the damage was minimal, and Reuters later reported that oil loading at the port had already resumed hours after the attack. But there's another way to read the situation. It's a bit less optimistic. To strike Yanbu, an Iranian drone had to fly over the entire country of Saudi Arabia, crossing from the Persian Gulf coast to the Red Sea coast. In all the time that it took a drone to get to Yanbu, it was not brought down by air defenses, and it's not even clear that the drone was detected. Iran also struck Israel directly, hitting the Bazan oil refinery complex in the northern port of Haifa with a ballistic missile on Thursday. Bazan is the largest oil refining facility in the country and a critical piece of Israel's energy infrastructure. According to Turkey Today, in 2024, the facility supplied 65% of Israel's diesel fuel for transportation, 59% of its gasoline, and 52% of its kerosene. Power was briefly disrupted in the northern region before being restored, and no fatalities were reported, but 4 people were injured. Israel's energy minister Eli Cohen said that damage to the power grid was localized and not significant. This was not the first time Iran had hit Bazan. During the 12-day war in June 2025, an Iranian missile struck the same complex, killing 3 employees and forcing a shutdown that lasted weeks. The facility only fully resumed operations months later. The fact that Iran has now struck it a second time in a different war underscores the point that we just made about Tehran's capacity to inflict damage and raises uncomfortable questions about why a facility that produces half of Israel's fuel supply wasn't better protected after the first time it was hit. Part of the answer may lie in the same problem that we've highlighted previously. Interceptor stockpiles are running low, and there are only so many batteries to go around. Trump's response came late on Wednesday night in a Truth Social post that tried to do several things at once. He blamed Israel for acting alone, insisting that neither the US nor Qatar had any knowledge of the strike, and said Israel would not hit South Pars again. He then warned Tehran that if it attacked Qatar's energy infrastructure, the United States would destroy the entirety of the South Pars gas field. Part of the president's statement was soon contradicted by Axios, which reported that Washington was aware of the strikes but wasn't involved. The Wall Street Journal separately reported that Trump had approved Israel's plan to attack the gas field. So, why the contradiction? Well, one possible reason is because Iran's retaliation against Qatar landed harder than Washington expected. Once Ras Laffan was hit and 3.5% of global LNG supply was taken offline, Trump needed to distance himself from the strike that provoked it. Claiming ignorance allows the White House to remain insulated from the backlash both domestically and internationally of rising oil prices. We also need to talk about the threat because while it makes for a good soundbite, it carries several risks. South Pars supplies 80% of Iran's domestic natural gas, which powers household heating, cooking, and electricity generation for tens of millions of people. Destroying it would create a humanitarian crisis inside Iran on a scale that would be difficult to contain or ignore internationally. And Iran has made it clear that it would not absorb such a blow quietly. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi wrote on X that Iran's response to the Israeli strike had employed a fraction of its power, with fraction written in all caps because the Iranians appear to be adopting Trump's trademark style. Araghchi insisted that the only reason for Iran's restraint this week has been respect for the possibility of de-escalation. He also added that Iran would have zero restraint if its infrastructure was struck again. If that threat is real, and Iran's track record over the past 3 weeks suggests it should, at the very least, be taken seriously, then a US strike on South Pars would almost certainly trigger a much larger response against Gulf energy infrastructure. Last time Iran attacked Ras Laffan, it destroyed 3.5% of the world's LNG production. But if it really lets loose against the facility, 1/5 of all global LNG could be wiped off the map. A couple of days ago, that statement would have been hyperbole. But now, the world knows better. When Iranian ballistic missiles crash down toward that installation, air defense interceptors struggle to respond. The impact of such an escalation would be catastrophic to global oil markets. The situation is already so severe that Washington has had to take steps that would have been unthinkable a month ago. On the 12th of March, the Trump administration temporarily lifted sanctions on Russian oil shipments that were stranded at sea, issuing a 30-day waiver through April the 11th in an effort to calm markets. The move freed up an estimated 130 million barrels for the global supply, but it failed to bring prices down. And on Thursday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent went further, telling Fox Business that the administration may lift sanctions on Iranian oil that's already on the water, roughly 140 million barrels. The logic, as Bessent explained it, is that lifting restrictions would allow countries like India, Japan, and Malaysia to receive fuel while forcing China to pay market price. However, experts don't think this is a good idea, highlighting that it would have a limited impact on the prices and could boost funds going into the Iranian regime. David Tannenbaum, director of Blackstone, Wire Services, a consultancy specializing in maritime sanctions, told the BBC, quote, "This is bananas. Essentially, we're allowing Iran to sell oil, which could then be used to fund the war effort." Also, to Tannenbaum's point, Iranian oil tankers are the only ships that have been allowed through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is already exporting oil during this conflict. Those exports just happen to be under a sanctions regime. And now next up, what we want to do is discuss the people unlucky enough that they're getting put in charge of Iran right now. But before we do that, we'd like to take a moment to discuss Fronts.co, our team's premium website, written news outlet, and one-stop shop for global conflict analysis. Over on Fronts, our team works with award-winning journalists and experts to provide key insights into the wars, flashpoints, and geopolitics that shape our world. Plus, we provide exclusive video episodes every single week, as well as our Briefing Room, a Saturday collection of under-the-radar stories from across the globe. This week, our team is expanding our coverage of the Iran conflict with a free-to-access daily podcast summarizing all the war's latest developments. It's called the Iran Daily Dispatch. We'll be releasing it every weekday until the conflict concludes, and you can sign up to be notified when each new episode is available. You don't need an account to access the Dispatch, and it's completely free of charge. Our first week of episodes have already been published, so go check them out, and if you do choose to subscribe, Fronts.co is just $5 a month or $50 a year. It also goes a long way in helping expand our free independent coverage here on YouTube. Check it out, sign up for the Iran Daily Dispatch for free. And now, back to the war. Leadership challenges. As we mentioned in a previous episode, the Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, Ali Larijani, widely considered the most powerful figure in the country since the killing of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed in an Israeli airstrike this week. Larijani wasn't just important to the Iranian regime. Some Western commentators viewed him as someone who could have been a Delcy Rodriguez-like figure for Iran. Delcy Rodriguez is Venezuela's acting president who took over after former President Nicolas Maduro was snatched up by American Delta Force operators in January. Since taking office, Rodriguez has taken Venezuela in a decidedly pro-Western direction. Granted, many Iran experts have rejected the comparison to Larijani, but the point still stands. Larijani was a pragmatist, and hardline or not, he had seemed as if he could be reasonable. We mention Larijani because, according to Iranian media, Tehran has chosen his replacement, former defense minister Hossein Dagan. Dagan is a career IRGC figure with a biography that reads like a catalogue of major confrontations between Iran and the United States over the past 4 decades. According to Jason Brodsky, policy director at United Against Nuclear Iran, Dagan played a role in the seizure of the US Embassy in Tehran in 1979 and served as commander of IRGC forces in Lebanon and Syria in 1983. That was when Hezbollah bombed a US Marine barracks in Beirut, killing 241 American service members. Dagan is the IRGC's man. His appointment signals that the Revolutionary Guard's influence over Iran's wartime decision-making has only grown stronger since Larijani's death. If there was any hope in Washington or among Gulf capitals that Tehran might use this involuntary leadership change to explore negotiations, Dagan's selection shows otherwise. This is a regime that just replaced its top security official with someone who has spent his entire career in the orbit of the hardliners. For Dagan, while the appointment is a promotion, it also paints a target on his back. The US and Israel have shown throughout this war that they are willing and able to reach senior figures inside Tehran, and Dagan has now climbed several spots on their lists. Larijani wasn't the only senior figure that Tehran lost this week. On Wednesday, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian confirmed that Intelligence Minister Esmail Khatib had been killed in an Israeli airstrike, making him the third top official to be assassinated in the space of 2 days. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz announced the killing and said that he and Prime Minister Netanyahu would authorize the military to target any senior Iranian official without requiring further approval. Khatib had served as intelligence minister since 2021, with the Jerusalem Post reporting that his appointment was notable because he had spent much of his career inside the IRGC's intelligence apparatus. His move to the Civilian Intelligence Ministry was seen as a way of cementing the Revolutionary Guard's control over the country's domestic surveillance and counterintelligence operations. According to the IDF, Khatib had played a significant role in directing arrests and killings of protesters during the recent wave of unrest inside Iran, as well as shaping the regime's intelligence assessments during the crisis. While killings like these might not immediately topple the regime, they deny Iran experienced decision-makers at the exact moment they're needed most. For Washington and Jerusalem, that's the objective. Nor was And finally, we have to talk about the Iranian holiday of Nowruz. By the time this video is going out, the holiday will be underway, coinciding with Eid al-Fitr, the holiday celebrated by Muslims to mark the end of the holy month of Ramadan. Under normal circumstances, the two holidays overlapping would have made this week one of the most festive in recent memory, although, of course, festive isn't really the mood in Iran right now. Nowruz, which translates to New Day, marks the spring equinox and the start of the new year on the Iranian calendar. The weeks leading up to it are usually focused on preparations, but this year, the ongoing conflict has turned Nowruz into a moment of bitter reflection. One woman told the BBC that every day has felt so long that she's lost track of time, which had made it difficult to prepare for the holiday. Her son told the outlet that many people had lost their jobs, and he feared for the country's infrastructure, which has been hammered with airstrikes. But not everyone has stopped trying to live normally, though. A young woman named Parmis told the BBC that she still went out to get her nails done on the 17th of March. While she was at the salon, a loud explosion went off, but no one flinched. For some families, there will be no celebrations at all. On Thursday, the regime executed 3 men accused of killing police officers during the January protests, the first hangings carried out in connection with the demonstrations. Among them was Saleh Mohammadi, a 19-year-old who was on Iran's national wrestling team and had competed internationally. The Norway-based NGO Iran Human Rights said that the 3 had been sentenced to death based on confessions obtained under torture and warned that hundreds of others currently face charges that could carry the same sentence. And then there are the families of those killed in the airstrikes, the parents of the girls who died when an American Tomahawk missile struck a school near the naval base in Manab, the families of the more than 1,300 civilians that the
Rejoice in battle, reckoners! Our armies are home, and our nation enters a new era! For our prosperity and yours! Who's this with a challenge? Battle!
You and I share a common cause. We fight to protect all democracies. Look me in the eye, or can you not stand it? Who is this brazen
Lost!
Sorry about that.
hunters grant me patience. Hurry now! Swift as a fox, fierce as a wolf.
My claws grow dull without a fight. Even wearing the princess
Ring closing! Keep to safety!
together.
Prevailed!
She has
Engage!
isn't always the solution, but it is an effective one.
Flames advance! No patience! Next time, revenge. Here's something that won't wash off.
I'm so sorry, Omele.
Recover your strength. It's no fun to watch a weakling. And they say Noxus shows no mercy.
Fire and blood run through my veins. They will go no further. I will rend you.
Selection stage. Victory is earned by the decisive.
Loyalty to your cause is not servitude.
The round is over. Team Raptor was disrupted. The crowd salivates, sates their hunger.
My armor
Begin!
is not so easily shed.
One down. A seat of honor for Mel Nadada. May her return to Noxus light your path to victory. Reckon!
Blood is worth spilling for those worth protecting.
Round complete. You won. Not fast enough.
I get
Hurry now! Swift as a fox, fierce as a wolf. Battle!
patience, fire. Patience.
Hey, babe. You free? Huh? To hang out with me. We could stretch. Don't think so. Okay. So, yes to stretching, no to stretching.